It's going great. How about you?
Well, it may not be going quite as great as ChatGPT maker OpenAI wants it to. The brouhaha over Scarlett Johansson versus OpenAI's digital assistant Sky generating all sorts of takes online. Just some of the headlines. One, Scarlett Johansson is right to protect herself. Another, exactly how stupid was what OpenAI did to Scarlett Johansson. It's a story I brought you last night. And to remind you how we got here, well, why don't we ask ChatGPT? Hey, ChatGPT, it's Laura.
Hi, Laura. How can I assist you today?
Well, can you tell me why Scarlett Johansson released a statement last night calling out your company, OpenAI?
Scarlett Johansson recently released a statement claiming that OpenAI used her voice without permission to create one of its voice options in ChatGPT, despite her declining a collaboration offer from OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman. Johansson's statement emphasized her disapproval of this unauthorized use of her voice, indicating that she had specifically refused the offer to voice the system. This incident has sparked discussions about the ethics and legality of using synthetic voices based on real individuals without their consent.
Oh, thanks, ChatGPT.
You're welcome, Laura.
Now, it's important to know the voice you just heard talking to me, that was Juniper, because OpenAI removed Sky after ScarJo's statement. But speaking of those ethical and legal concerns, we have got the perfect person to talk about all of that. Joining me now, Susan Bennett, a voice actor and the original voice of Apple's digital assistant, Siri. Hi, Susan, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing great.
My phone picked up. It just said it tried to answer just now. I even have it on Do Not Disturb. Apparently, you're a very powerful person. You can clone the voice. That's amazing. Okay, I'm not talking to my phone. I'm talking to Susan. Stop it. Susan, I want to know, how are you thinking about all of this? I mean, you obviously have heard about what's gone on. Are you happy to see that OpenAI is appearing to capitulate to Johansson's complaints about her voice or likeness?
Yes, and I really congratulate her for coming out about it and getting them to realize that they're not doing right by her to have a voice on their device that sounds so much like hers.
You know, your voice, obviously the original of, I'll spell it, Siri, so my phone does not go crazy all of a sudden over here. But, you know, it must be a little bit spooky and eerie when that happens. I mean, just tell me how, I'm always wondering, how did that come to pass and you became this voice? Did you have all of these ideas that this would actually become what it did?
No, actually, I did the recordings almost 20 years ago. And I had to read thousands and thousands of these weird sentences and phrases to get all the sound combinations in the language. And I've talked to the other original series, and they had the same experience. We thought we were just doing recordings for phone messaging. And all of a sudden, you know, I got a phone call from a fellow voice actor in 2011 saying, "We're playing around with this new iPhone 4S. Isn't this you?" And I went, "What?" So
that's how you learned about it? My goodness, how did you feel when that happened? I mean, on the one hand, it's probably pretty cool, but on the other hand, wait a second.
Yeah, I really had, yes, I had definitely had both reactions. Part of it was like, oh, wow. And then what? So, yeah, and, you know, it ended up being kind of a life lesson because, unfortunately, none of the original series were paid. And that is because we didn't have non-disclosure agreements. So we can, you know, promote ourselves. I guess that was the feeling. After us, the next group of voices did get paid.
You know, OpenAI, to be fair, says that you could have a real dialogue with their new system, even having the virtual assistant look at and react to what you were actually seeing in the world. What does that feel like instinctively to you? Do you have reservations about what that future could look like?
For me personally, I find it extremely creepy. I really, when my voice was on the iPhone, I couldn't talk to Siri. It was like, I know her.
How do you feel about the trajectory of AI and the idea of it being able to be so responsive, to be able to absorb, compile, and then convey information? I mean, you were at really inadvertently at the, you know, the ground of this all. How do you feel about it today?
Well, I think AI is going to be really incredibly helpful to the human race if it's used appropriately. I don't think it should have anything to do with voiceover.
Mm.
It's. I just think that a lot of people will lose work because of it if it's used in that way. So I'm very glad that Scarlett Johansson came forward and just said, "Look, this isn't right."
But for her, do you think they would listen?
I think that they listen a lot more because of her, her success and her persona. They would certainly listen to her more than they would listen to just a regular voice actor. So I
Mm.
think she has a bit more clout than many of us. So I'm very
And
glad that
yet,
she did.
people listen to your voice all around the world all the time as authoritative. So maybe
Yes,
we should
they
just
do.
ask you how to respect one's intellectual property and individuality, Siri.
Maybe they should. Yeah.